Papa Gilbert. There he is. Cha-chaing it. Would you do Dancing with the Stars if they asked you? I mean, yeah, it would be a goof, but it would probably bring you some notoriety and maybe more work.
I didn't know he was a great dancer. Who would a star be?
Someone else said that to me just recently.
Would you do it, though? I'm asking you.
I kind of doubt it. Yeah.
But you'd have to be asked before you know.
Yeah. I guess that would be.
They do pay like $150,000.
Yeah, it's
okay, in that case, yes, I would do it.
But would you treat it seriously? Would you try, or would you just be a comedian? And
I
need to try. People would be angry with you.
Yeah, I don't think I would try.
You know, it's so funny. Gary told me...
But what about those gorgeous girls? I mean, if they give Gilbert that woman who's dancing with the soap opera star, don't you think he'll show up for class?
He would get a boner on TV. He would see Gilbert's boner. You know, I know you recently participated in the Pat Cooper roast.
Oh, yes.
And, you know, Artie was telling us about it because Artie performed, and he said it's like a 3-hour roast, which is too long, isn't it?
Those roasts, 3 is short for them.
Why
like a Springsteen concert in the 80s.
But why do they do that? Why do they make it go so long?
I don't know. I think they just they wanted to make it be the biggest event as possible, and they put in a lot of fryers that... Literally, without those roasts, they do nothing else in show business.
But I mean, like, I couldn't sit through the greatest movie for 3 hours. I'd be fidgety in my seat.
And people get laughed out. But, you know, Gilbert closes, and he always does so great because he gets a bunch of laughs.
But, Gilbert, from what I understand, you don't ever talk about the person.
He didn't mention Pat Cooper once.
Every roast you do.
Does it matter who you're roasting, Gilbert?
Every roast you do, you tell dirty jokes. Okay, I can appreciate that if that was your comedy act, but isn't the purpose of the roast to acknowledge Pat Cooper and make jokes about him, or are you too lazy to write jokes?
People are saying to me afterwards, not only didn't I mention Pat Cooper, I didn't even look over at him.
That's right.
The whole time I was
and in a way, you could say that's the ultimate insult.
Well, is that the idea of Gilbert's
Is that the idea?
That he's just ignoring the person?
I just think Gilbert doesn't want to write new material.
Yeah, I got that too.
Is that the reason?
Yeah.
So why do you just say, I don't want to go to these roasts? Yeah. Why do you go? Honestly, I mean, you're not roasting the person.
Yeah.
It makes no sense to me.
You got to see, it is a highlight, though, of the night. He's so funny. But
well, he's a funny guy.
Well, you know, the Hugh Hefner one, at least he tried to crowbar Hefner's name in some of the... It was like two...
Like he jammed it into the jokes.
When they say you tell dirty jokes...
Two Jews and Hugh Hefner looking.
What joke did you tell? Can you tell us a few of the short jokes that you told at the Pat Cooper roast?
Oh,
I would like to hear it.
Oh, they're all on my DVD.
Well, give me a sample. Maybe this will inspire someone to buy that thing already.
Maybe you'll sell one.
Give me some dirty jokes, honestly. I'd like to hear some.
Oh, okay.
I like that. You're a good joke teller. Let me hear these jokes.
Let's see. Which one should I start with?
Give us a good one.
A guy has the words, I love you, tattooed to his dick. He goes home to his wife. His wife says, stop trying to put words in my mouth.
All right, that's a good one. Yes. Okay, I like that. Give me two more.
That has nothing to do with Pat Cooper. Right.
Give me two more. I want to hear. I like the dirty jokes.
Pat Cooper could have been the guy.
You don't even try to say Pat Cooper goes home to his wife.
No, nothing like that at all.
All right.
Little boy walks into the shower, sees his mother standing there. He points between the lights. He goes, what's that? She goes, well, last night your father and I had an argument, and he hit me with an axe. And the little boy goes, wow, he hit you right in the cunt.
That's a favorite of yours.
Yes.
These are your favorite jokes of all time.
Yeah, but tell the one with the, you know, the no arms, no legs person where you throw into the water.
Wow, you're really digging deep.
Yeah. What is this joke?
Okay. An armless, legless girl is lying on the beach crying.
Right.
Pat Cooper is armless and legless.
No, but I can see why a girl who has no arms or legs would be crying.
How she got to the beach is a whole other thing.
All right. But don't look at it too deeply.
Pat Cooper drove her there.
You're saying don't look at the joke too deeply, accept the premise. Okay. A girl with no arms and legs is laying on a beach.
A girl with no arms and legs.
He took a motorcycle there.
I don't care how she got there. That's not relevant.
She rolled there. It took her a few months.
Somebody threw her there.
Go ahead. Okay, I want to hear the joke. Be serious about it.
No, you didn't tell the joke like this that night.
Yeah, come on. Be a professional.
No, he should have did.
No, I made it relevant to Pat Cooper.
No, go ahead.
No. An armless, legless girl is lying on the beach crying. A man walks along and goes, "What are you crying about?" She goes, "I'm crying because in my whole life I've never been kissed." So he kneels down and he kisses her. He starts walking away. She's crying twice as hard. He says, "What are you crying about now?" She goes, "I'm crying because in my whole life I've never been fucked." So he picks her up, tosses her in the ocean, goes, "You're fucked now."
That's good. Now, was she a amputee or a birth defect? In other words, was this as a result of an accident, or was it a birth, like a thalidomide baby?
Yeah.
You know,
you don't explain that.
You know, you're trying to be funny, but there really are jerk-offs who do that with jokes.
Well, I know there are people who... Well, I know, Jackie used to tell dirty jokes about talking monkeys, and people would go, "But a monkey walks into a bar." I mean, monkeys don't walk into bars. What is the bank teller joke? Everyone tells me that's a great one. You have a joke about a bank teller?
Okay, a man goes into a bank.
And he has all his limbs? Right,
he has all his limbs.
He
steps over an armless, legless girl.
Come on, go ahead. A man walks into a bank.
And that man's name was Pat Cooper. But a man goes into a bank.
Right.
He goes up to this old woman teller behind the desk, and he goes, "So I'd like to open a fucking bank account." She goes, "What did you say?" He goes, "I want to open a fucking bank account." She goes, she goes, "You better watch your language or I'm getting a manager." He goes, "Get the manager. I want to open a fucking bank account." Right. So she goes over, gets the manager. Manager storms over. He goes, "What seems to be the trouble here?" He goes, "The trouble is I want to open a fucking bank account for $800,000. And the bank manager goes, "Oh, and is this cunt giving you a hard time?"
That's good. Now, where is this bank?
Well, it's in Jersey City, like right on the outline.
You know, that makes sense. I got an idea for you. I think I can get you on Jackie's Joke. Would you like to be on that show? It's on tonight. You could probably get on there.
Yes.
Now, are all those jokes...
I like these jokes. I do like them.
Yes.
That's your DVD. It's all different jokes.
On GilbertGottfried.com.
What is personally your favorite dirty joke of all time?
I don't know. I don't really have a favorite.
You don't have a favorite?
They're all your children. You love them equally.
I mean, according to the aristocrats, every comedian has like a secret society. That they say
please.
Yeah.
I mean,
I know.
What is the one that gets you your biggest laugh at the roast? What is the big joke?
I don't know. There's a few.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
You can't help me out with that. No.
You know, well, I'm
trying to get you to tell one last
Yes.
joke today. I'm working very hard here.
And he's not helping.
No.
I'll be like one of those filmmakers who goes, "Well, it's like saying you like one child."
Right. They're all your children.
Yes.
Tell me one more dirty joke then, please, and then I will let you off.
Okay.
One more.
What do you remember? Let's see. Oh, a guy goes into a doctor's office. He says, "Doctor, I don't know if my wife has TB or VD." The doctor says, "Chase her on the bed. If she coughs, fuck her."
So these jokes, you're able to retain all of these jokes?
Yes.
People tell them to you, and you're able to memorize them? That's very good. Do you write them down somewhere? Do you have them in...
No.
But they're in your head, and you just...
Yeah.
Have you ever written a dirty joke of your own? Where, in other words, it's not one that somebody tells you, but where you actually create the dirty joke.
No, I always get... I don't know how people actually form those kind of jokes.
It's hard,
Yeah, horse goes into... A horse is fucking a monkey.
Right. You don't understand how they come up with that, but yet some people have that rare ability.
Yeah, some of those jokes, it's hard because then they go... And the monkey says, "Well, you can't get a hard-on, you got to shower in chocolate syrup." And you go, "Well, why? Why does that?"
So you killed at the Pat Cooper roast.
Yes.
I heard you were very funny. I heard Artie was funny, and I only heard a story from the guys that one girl did not do well.
And it's so funny because Gilbert is so evil. This woman...
This is the woman from Last Comic Standing.
I don't know where she was from. That's the thing. Nobody knows.
Someone said she was a finalist on Last Comic Standing. Let me ask you guys as professional comedians.
She was there she did an hour of nothing.
Let me ask you guys as professional comedians.
Yeah.
Do you look at someone who is on Last Comic Standing as almost like how a real musician looks at someone from American Idol? Like, do you sit there and go, this person is not a real comedian? They haven't paid their dues. They haven't played the comedy clubs. Do you get resentful of someone from Last Comic Standing?
Gilbert,
well, it always seems like Last Comic Standing, or the other one was when Ed McMahon had Star Search.
Right.
That the minute you won that, your career ended before it began. You know?
Right. It was because there was an article recently in Entertainment Weekly. Carrie Underwood, who is from American Idol, is having a very big career. She sold 8 million records.
She's breaking records.
Breaking records. But they addressed this. They said other artists, people who, came up the hard way. Yeah. For example, Faith Hill is a country artist, and she cried when Carrie Underwood won the Grammy over her. She was insane over it.
It was a country music award. It wasn't a Grammy.
Whatever it is.
Get over it.
But she was like someone from American Idol, and this is what these American Idol kids have to deal with. They're never really given the respect. Can you respect someone who is a comedian from Last Comic Standing?
Well, if you'll notice, not one. I think there's been 8 winners of Last Comic Standing, and they've done nothing. You don't hear of them doing literally a thing. Because they have 10 minutes, and they got a headline, and then they
So
can't
this girl went up on stage. Why did she bomb? What happened?
Were you guys not laughing intentionally?
No,
yes, Gilbert, what in your opinion?
Some people did better than others.
But Gilbert's
the only one I think who had solid belly laughs the whole time. But in other words, this woman, she didn't only bomb. It was like a bombing of you can't even describe it.
It was that kind of thing like a bee's drone. You know, you're not really listening. How long just there?
And if she was going to make an argument that, Last Comic Standing is legitimate, my God, did she put that argument?
What did she do? She wasn't prepared. She didn't have good material. Did she write jokes about Pat Cooper?
I think she was totally prepared.
Unfortunately, yes.
So when you guys see this, do you feel compassion for her? Or
there's nothing you love more than someone else failing.
God, I wish he was wrong about that, but it's the best thing ever.
And it's like, those machines, you turn them on and you hear the ocean, or you hear wind blowing, and you don't really listen. They're in the background. That's what she sounded like.
Psychologically, the reason you like that she bombed is because, in your mind, because stand-up comedy is so easy for you, you say, gee, maybe everyone can do it. And she confirms the fact that not everyone can do it. It is a difficult profession.
I've got a great bombing moment before I forget, though.
Yeah. This happened to you, didn't it?
Yeah, yes.
I heard about this. You did a corporate comedy bit recently.
In South Carolina.
What was the company? What was the company?
I don't even know. It's some kind of medical something.
Was the company called, here I have it, Cinex?
I don't even remember the name. It was something to do with medicine or...
How do you get hired?
Shows how much I prepare.
Yeah, how do you get hired for this?
I get hired, and of course the guy says to me beforehand, he goes, this is a very... you have to work clean here.
Okay.
So that's number one.
Mm-hmm.
And
can you do that? Are you capable of that?
Yeah, yeah.
All right, so you're not lying to them when you say, all right, I'll work clean.
And then they say you have to... it's also like, say, something like, Christian, you can't do anything. And so I opened up with, crucifixion jokes.
Oh, my God.
Well, why would you do that?
I don't know, but this is the ultimate where, everyone here would have loved the show because... a guy physically came up, because I refused to get off stage.
Right.
Once a guy physically got on stage and pulled me off the stage.
When did this happen? How recently?
This a couple of months ago.
So you're up there doing your act. Is the audience booing you, or what are they doing?
They're all, staring at each other angry.
These are Christian,
they're,
conservative.
complaining. And this guy starts storming towards the stage.
And are you dressed up for this gig, or are you just wearing your
my usual?
Your usual. Because
yes.
They even said at the roast, every comedian was wearing a jacket or
Except
something.
for Gilbert?
Gilbert, they said, you see how he wears oversized shirts? and they're long down to his knees. Why are your shirts so long? What is that? Is that your look? Is that your thing?
I don't know. I guess it's what's ever on sale that week.
They said Gilbert had on a rumpled shirt. Looks like he just rolled out of bed. So when you get up there, you go and do your thing, and does the guy say to you ahead of time, please, no religious jokes, no... I mean,
yeah.
So they don't pay you for it because now you've broken the contract, right?
No, I got paid, surprisingly.
You do get paid.
Then there's that other one that you read, because the guy threatened me. This was from years ago.
Was anyone laughing at you at the Cinex thing?
I think at the very beginning there were some.
And how do they eject you from the stage? In other words, you say he physically grabbed you. Did he grab you by the arm, or did he tackle you? What did he do? How does he...
By the arm.
And what do you do? Do you say, excuse me, what are you doing up here, sir?
I yell out, you've been a great crowd.
And he physically manhandles you and pulls on you.
Yes.
Have you ever tried running?
He did. He did run from the other corporate gig when they chased you.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Tom Chisano chased him.
Oh, yes. There was one where I did so bad. There was like a hedge. It was an outside thing in a yard. There was a hedge there. Now, and, you know, God knows I'm the least physical person.
I believe that.
I can barely make it from one side of the room to the other.
There was a hedge.
I climbed over the hedge.
You were there for that, weren't you, Gary?
No, but we should remind everybody. Gilbert has a mechanism in his head where if you tell him what to do, it pisses him off.
Yeah, because it's the same time when you opened up for Belinda Carlisle.
We should remind, so Belinda Carlisle, Jones Beach, a bunch of 14-year-old girls. Kevin Meaney gets the flu. The only comedian in the New York area is Gilbert. They send Gilbert out on stage and they tell him to work clean, and they printed a transcript in National Lampoon. I think Gilbert used the word cunt 91 times.
Because they told Gilbert the whole audience is underage 14-year-old girls.
Yes. They said that mothers had their daughters, they were getting their money back.
But Gilbert, why do you do that? I mean, you are promising these people that you will go out and do a clean act and leave out certain material.
I usually try for about 5 minutes.
Well, and you get nervous, or there's a devil getting you?
I have
You? What is the anger?
I remember at the Jones Beach, it's like women were like clapping their hands over their daughters' ears.
I love how if Kevin Meaney gets the flu, Gilbert's the first call.
But I mean, isn't it kind of being a bit of a dick on your part that it's like hiring a vegetarian caterer for a party
and order out from McDonald's?
Yes. Right. I mean, and then he brings in meat or something. Yes. I mean, you have promised them you will do a certain, a certain kind of show, but it drives you crazy.
Yes.
You don't want to be told what to do.
Although I did one recently. And this was like, I had to host some karaoke show in, like, San Diego or something.
I can imagine.
It was, and oddly enough, my agent actually called me because he said, not only were they not complaining and asking for their money back, but they actually said good things. And my agent was in shock.
Is it hard to represent you as an agent because he gets a lot of angry phone calls?
Yes, my agent was going, I can't believe this. This guy says if he does it next year, he might actually want you back.
Well, Gilbert, the thing is, they know you as the voice of a duck. Aren't you doing you're doing a new animated movie as Jack and the Beanstalk?
It's not animated. I'm actually on camera in a duck outfit.
Again, you're a duck.
Well, I'm a goose.
Bird.
You're a goose.
Always
yes,
a bird.
Are you the goose that lays the golden egg?
Yes.
And do you use the same Gilbert voice as the goose?
Oh, yeah.
You don't make any effort to change your voice?
No, it's my friend Jackson.
I see. And when will this movie be coming out?
I don't know. I think it's one of those like family DVD releases. It's Jack and the Beanstalk.
Jack and the Beanstalk.
I think sometime next year.
Right. So you'll take it. Have you ever turned down work? I mean, you do karaoke contests. You don't really turn down anything, do you? As long as it pays fairly decently, right?
If they asked me to strip at a club, I probably would.
You probably wouldn't.
They asked me to do pole dancing.
So the woman bombed at the Pat Cooper roast.
Yes.
And I guess when you say bombed, the other comedians sit there quietly, or do they begin to
Well,
goof?
everybody was sitting there quietly.
Yes.
I mean, there's no laughs. Why wouldn't the person just sit down and say, okay, good night, everyone, thank you? And then
First of all, she went on it was literally, I think she went on 3 hours in. People physically had to go to the bathroom at some point. So already she's in a bad spot.
Right.
And then she just, I mean, the only thing, but you got to see, when they win Last Comic Standing, someone told me she came in second. like balloons come down. There's all confetti. Like, it's the kind of...
You're entered into show business.
Right, it's the kind of excitement that comedians never see.
Right. No one's giving balloons.
And she's up there on stage going, hey, when did the balloons show up?
Right, exactly. And all of a sudden she's, in a way it is a little bit of payback.
At this point in my act, the balloons always come down.
Yeah, I don't understand why they're not applauding.
And she wouldn't get off stage. She just wouldn't. It seemed like it was an hour of, no laughs.
And it was one of those things where, like I said, it's like wind blowing in the background. You're not listening to it. It's just there.
Peter, you're on the air with Gilbert Gottfried. Gilbert Gottfried, November 1st at Caroline's in Manhattan. I assure you he will not bomb. He's a professional comedian. You'll be in good hands. For tickets, go to carolines.com. And also, if you want to hear more Gilbert Gottfried dirty jokes, as Gilbert demonstrated here, with the C word, all different kinds of words, go to gilbertgottfried.com. Gilbertgottfried.com. How's the website doing? A lot of traffic?
Oh, yes, a lot of traffic.
A lot of people on there?
Yes.
Peter, go ahead. A question for Gilbert Gottfried.
Well, Gilbert, do you remember working at the Browns Hotel in upstate New York? You were doing a show, and it's a 2,000-seat theater. There were only, 2 tables in the audience. Everything else was empty. And there was an older couple, and there was a black couple. And about midway through your set, you did a black joke. The black couple got up and walked out. Do you remember that?
Do you remember that at all, Gilbert? Does that sound familiar?
I don't narrow it down to one.
What was the joke that Gilbert said to the black couple?
I have no idea.
Do I do an old person joke or a black joke?
Yeah, he's trying to relate to
Gilbert,
the audience.
have you ever completely emptied a room?
You know something? I think at the Improv and Catch in the beginning, sometimes they'd have me go on stage when they wanted to close up early. And I would get the audience so agitated.
When you see guys, when you see stand-up comedians like Jerry Seinfeld say, "Oh, stand-up comedy's so easy, I love it so much," you're suspicious of that, right?
Yeah.
You don't enjoy this career, do you?
That's what brings me life.
Yeah.
That is something that I enjoy more than anything else.
Does that freak you out when you hear Seinfeld? I mean, because you don't enjoy this.
It's a shot of adrenaline when I'm on stage. I can't find that kind of enjoyment anywhere else.
I mean, most comedians are doing anything they can to not have to get up on that stage.
Yes.
But yet Seinfeld almost rubs it in your face that what's the matter with you that you don't enjoy this?
How can a person not see the blessing of going on stage and just the joy of it, the pure, unmitigated joy of it?
I saw him on
It's
Oprah.
like the way the Vietnam vets were mad at Sylvester Stallone for one guy took care of the whole war. Rambo.
I saw Jerry Seinfeld on Oprah recently, and he said, he goes, I did a TV show and this and that. He goes, but I can't live without stand-up. It's my entire life. And, I love it so much, and it's what I do. I have to do, he's driven to do it. He has this gift of writing and speaking. And
he must tell you what he's written.
I always feel like God can step down tomorrow and say, look, I'll keep paying you. I'll send you the money. Yeah. Just don't do stand-up anymore. Okay. Yeah.
No problem.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
And now he has a bee movie. I guess he's like you. You play ducks. He's going to play the part of a bee, a bumblebee of some kind, right?
Because it's something for the whole family.
He's a family guy.
But it's also gotten the kind of...
Oh, my God. Did you see him on Oprah?
Yes.
Oh, God, was that... It was like the entire show was a commercial for the movie.
Unbelievable. When Oprah gets behind you, man, it's it. It's gold mine time.
And he, of course, gave her a part in the movie.
Oh, yes.
So it's like, forget it. That is Christ appearing on the earth telling you to see the movie.
Well, it's like that said to me the other day. She goes, I hear the Seinfeld movie's great. I said, what is that?
Where'd you hear
that from Oprah? She goes, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I heard on Oprah.
Oh, Oprah is like Charles Manson or something with her fans.
It's like evil.
Yeah,
like
yeah.
a cult leader.
She could tell people to go out and kill, and they would do it.
There was a movie Gary wanted to see one time, and his wife refused to see it. Then Oprah did a show on it, and she said, I really want to go see it. I mean, like, she wouldn't trust her husband over Oprah.
Right,
it's like,
it was
you
crap.
must see movie.
Yes. There's a movie I want to tell you about.
Yes.
You will love this movie.
Yes.
Because I saw this movie this weekend. It's a vampire movie. It's called 30 Days of Night. And in this movie, the vampires figure out they're going to move to Alaska. Because in Alaska, there's 30 days of night. There's no daytime in this one area of Alaska. And I was thinking, you're a huge fan of Bela Lugosi and Dracula and all that. I said, what a fucking idiot Bela Lugosi was. He should have moved to Alaska. This guy was busy in coffins the whole time. You know what I mean? He was hiding from the sunlight. Why did he move to Alaska? What a dummy. And I was thinking of you. Because Bela Lugosi, I always wanted to say to him.
Get a condo in Miami.
I want to go Dracula. Why don't you live in Alaska? And there's no answer. You didn't see this movie?
No.
You only watched the old Dracula?
Yes.
You won't watch new Dracula. Seinfeld on Oprah clips. Want to hear some Seinfeld on Oprah?
Oh, sure.
All right, just because you referenced it.
It scared me.
All right, give me a second. I'll drag this right up.
You couldn't relate?
Yeah, you don't have those feelings.
Yes.
All right, here we go. All right, here's Seinfeld.
So act like you didn't tell me this story already.
Okay.
Because in the beginning of the interview, we start talking about how this movie came to be.
Oh, no. Do you want me to tell that story?
Yeah, you have to tell it again and act like you haven't told me.
Oh,
okay.
I can't believe you're asking me.
Boy, he's really accepted.
This story, I know the story's going to tell. This one is one of those where you think, well, he's a professional comedian. There's going to be something funny. And at the end, it's going to be wrapped up with a big punchline. And I said, so I have no doubt whether or not I think it's funny. It'll be a tremendous wrap-up. And it goes on and on.
And Oprah laughs way too hard at it, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Play the story. Because tell me where
the way this happened was I had called Steven Spielberg to direct this thing I was doing. It was a little, I think it was a commercial for American Express.
Right.
I asked him if he would do it, and he said no. And, but we were in the same neighborhood. We live in the same neighborhood out in Long Island. So he said, why don't we have dinner? So, of course, I said yes.
Oh, yeah.
And I got very nervous. I put the phone down. I said, Jess, we're having dinner with Steven Spielberg. So that whole day of the dinner, he wanted to have dinner at 6 o'clock. 6 o'clock, 6 o'clock, whatever time. It's an insane time to have dinner. If you want to have dinner at 6 o'clock, we'll have dinner at 6 o'clock.
Right.
So that whole day, I get up in the morning, and we have a chair. I got showered, I got dressed, I sat in the chair, and I just sat there, and I go, well, 8 hours to the dinner.
What the fuck are they laughing at?
And what I love, like, Seinfeld, who's got like about $100 billion,
right.
And his name is like legendary in the business. He's trying to make it like he's like the average Joe meeting Steven Spielberg.
Yeah. Oh, I was so nervous. I didn't know what to do. I'm going to meet Steven Spielberg.
And then the audience laughs hysterically.
Yes.
And Oprah's going nuts.
The best line is we live in the same neighborhood out in Long Island.
Yes.
What kind of neighborhood?
They live in the Hamptons.
It's like Yorkville in the.
Yeah, there's one house per block.
Yeah, he lives in a crappy apartment.
They're in row houses. Okay, here's the rest of the story. Okay. And the laughs.
Spielberg lives upstairs.
Our kids play stickball together.
Yes.
Just waited in the chair. There's no need to do anything else. There's no point in trying to do anything else. I'm not going to be able to concentrate on the television or a newspaper. I'm just waiting for the dinner.
Oh,
really? Why not?
Oprah's beside herself. Have you ever been asked to be on Oprah?
No. I don't think I ever will be.
I got to say, I've seen your act, and you're a really funny guy. Why can't you get Oprah to give you these kind of belly laughs? I mean, it's ridiculous.
I know.
You've got to be jealous.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely.
I mean,
hey, you want to hear an Oprah joke?
Yeah.
It's not on the DVD.
Go ahead. Go ahead. Let it out. Let it out.
Which is available on GilbertGottfried.com.
This is good. You've been home watching a baby all day, so this is good for you to get a
All right. Oprah Winfrey goes to a doctor's office for a checkup. So the doctor says, okay, Miss Winfrey, take off all of your clothes and get on your hands and knees on the ground. So she takes off all of her clothes. She's on her hands and knees on the ground. He goes, okay, I want you to crawl over to that wall. So she crawls over to that wall. He goes, you know what? And now turn and crawl to the other wall. And she turns and crawls to the other wall. And then he says, now crawl to the middle of the room. And she crawls to the middle of the room. And she goes, what's wrong? He goes, nothing. I just ordered a black leather couch, and I can't decide where to put it.
You think Oprah would laugh for you like that?
Why don't you go on Oprah and tell her that joke? Let me ask you this about that joke. Why does Oprah go along with the doctor crawling on her knees? I mean, that's unusual. Like, why doesn't she ask him why he was?
You'd think at like the first point, you go, well, don't I lie down on the table or something?
It doesn't make sense to me.
Why would Oprah need a doctor?
Does she have a live-in doctor? All right, Mike, go ahead in Lake Hopatcong, New Jersey. Is that how you say it?
Like a pack-on.
Hopatcong? Okay, go ahead. Yes, Mike.
Hey, how's it going, Harry?
Okay.
Hey, listen, this guy, he's just not ever funny. I mean, I talk to people all the time when he's on. He's just not funny at
Gilbert?
All. You personally absolutely think he's...
You're not enjoying Gilbert's appearance today?
Dude, you gotta be kidding me.
It's no wonder that he bombs because he sucks.
Gilbert, do you agree with this man that you suck? I mean,
Artie, come on, Artie, you're a comedian.
You didn't like his Oprah joke? You didn't like his Oprah joke?
No, he sucks.
Gilbert, now, do you want to win him over, or do you just give up on someone like
Sir, wait a minute. Sir, what religion are you? Can we offend you?
I'm Catholic like you are.
Oh, Catholic. Anything else offend the Catholic?
You want to say something offensive? I guess not. All right. Well, I'm sorry you don't like Gilbert. I kind of do.
Kind of.
For me, that's a rave.
You asked him a question, like, if he ever gets offended if these people win last common standing, maybe he should try to be on last common standing.
I'd like to see Gilbert in a house.
I think Gilbert has proven himself.
He just seems, not to interrupt you, sorry, but he just seems so mundane and boring.
Do you feel you're mundane?
Yes.
You do?
Yes, I'm like Perry Como.
Do you have moments of doubt that maybe you chose the wrong career?
What do you mean, moments?
Constantly.
Yes.
Yeah, Gilbert sits there going, I should have been a roofer.
Yeah.
There was a moment he almost became a roofer.
Yes.
Dan, go ahead. You're on the air in Niagara Falls.
Hey, now, and hiyo.
Okay.
Gilbert, I just wanted to say, you're definitely 10 times funnier than Jerry Seinfeld. I actually heard a story about him, and it's definitely a true story. He was at some hotel, and apparently he smoked cigars. And you can't. It was in New York, and he can't smoke inside. So he told the guy, I want to smoke my cigar inside. And the guy said, you can't. He said, well, then can you set me up somewhere near a door? So they had him set up. Then he wanted to eat lunch, and he said, I want to eat with everybody, but I don't want anybody to bother me.
That's some story.
Well, you tell a story like Seinfeld on Oprah.
I'm not an asshole.
You're mad at me. You just wasted time.
Go fuck yourself, fatso.
See, now you're being funny.
Well, thank you, Dan.
The guy needs a little prodding.
What can I tell you? Gilbert, I'm excited for you. I know that this gig at Caroline's is a big deal for you.
I want to tell Gilbert, because we never told Gilbert my bombing story at a benefit. I get booked to do stand-up for a benefit, Gilbert, for Prader-Willi's disease. Do you know what that is?
No, it sounds good, though.
Prader-Willi's disease is a disease. These teenage girls and guys don't have the chromosome in their head that tells them when to stop eating. So these kids overeat till literally they explode, and and their parents have to, literally chain them in and build a fence around them. And before I'm in a room with all the parents of these kids, and before I go up, they show a video of a 17-year-old, 400-pound girl. When she hears the ice cream truck, she goes nuts, and they have to tackle her. She goes, oh, the ice cream truck, the ice cream truck. They interview the parents, and they have black and blue bruises. And then after the video, they say, ladies and gentlemen, and my first line was, I said, oh, my God, I'm so full from eating at the carving station. Thank God I have that thing that tells me when to stop it. And I got booed off stage. I got escorted out of the...
Wow, well, you guys certainly have your horror stories.
Yes, well, you know.
We do. Well, music from Gilbert right now. Honor of his appearance today. We're taking care of business.
Well, I get up every morning with a heart on 'cause I'm horny. Grab my Vaseline and then get busy. Then I hear a voice I love. I grab my cock and start to rub and think I'm Robin with those big brown titties.
Yeah.
I dream of tickling Robin's clitoris every day. Tickling Robin's clitoris. I'm not gay. Tickling Robin's clitoris. She's real tight. Tickling Robin's clitoris. I jack off all the time. What are you, a homo? Ow!
Tommy?
Yes. Hickory dickory dock. Ow!
All right, say something worth listening to, or...
Ow!
You fucking dickwad. You stop annoying me. Why don't you come on in here, and then we'll talk. You fucking asshole. Come on, come down here. Don't call me on the phone, you pussy.
What are you, a homo? Ow!
Are you?
Yes.
You have the address? Come on down and fuck with me, you little fucker.
In your face.
In your face, fuckface. Come on down here, motherfucker. Come on, pussy. Hey, that's the best you can do.
Shoo! Okay.
Come on down here and say it to my face, motherfucker.
Okay.
Do it. Get down here. Hurry. Fucking knock you next week, motherfucker.
Oh, I love this.
Come on. Bring it on, motherfucker. Bring it on.
Oh, I don't like what Joe Burt
Dick face. Come on, bring it on.
Yes.
Fucking,
oh, my
don't
muscles feel
come down
so
here.
much
You're
better
just gonna call me on the phone and be a dick. Why don't you come down here and try it, dickhead?
Oh, that's right.
Asshole.
Oh, excellent.
See, I really think you should have been the guy to play the Joker in the Batman movies, because
True.
You see that kind of laughter, that maniacal, obnoxious laughter? I mean, that's what the Joker should be in Batman. I mean, just completely off his rocker. The Joker almost made too much sense in Batman, you know?
Completely off his rocker.
I mean, yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just so perfect.
Hello.
Hey, Bendy, you want a Bendy on it? Ow!
Fuck is this? Hello.
Hey, Bendy, want to swim around my stingray? Ow!
Boy, that's some bullshit, man.
Some bullshit.
Hello.
Well, hello there.
Who the fuck is this?
Paul Winchell.
Boy, this motherfucker's tripping like a motherfucker. Hello.
Hi, it's Georgie. How's your health been doing, Mama? Hey, did you get that parrot I sent you?
Am I bullshitting on the motherfucker? Hello? Hello?
Yes.
Who you want to speak to?
Bendy!
Who you want to speak to?
Yes.
Yes, motherfucker, yes. Who you want to speak to?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, take it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yes. Yeah. I fucked Desi on this.
Yeah.
Now you're just being silly.
Do I trust you?
Oh, sure.
Oh, yeah, sure, I trust you. I fucked your mom last night.
Holy mackerel!
Oh, my goodness. You're an animal. I want to fuck your big, droopy, yellow tits.
I'm gonna fuck your tits.
No, I can't even get a hard on.
You can't get on hard.
No.
When you got a pussy, you don't get on hard. Are you gay?
Yes.
You are gay?
I have sex with pigs.
You have sex with pigs?
Yes.
You fucking asshole.
Some great work there.
Yes.
All right, I'll tell you, take a break. Robin's going to do the news. Do you want to stay for the news, or you got somewhere to go? You got a babysit? Or?
I'm so busy.
We haven't been asked about the baby today.
Oh, please. I saw a picture of Gilbert in some paper. Paparazzi, I guess, Doug. It was you. Did you see this picture? It was you and your wife.
Oh, yes.
Walking the baby. And you got a big smile on your face. You don't look that unhappy for once.
I was laughing because this guy was trying to get me to answer some question. It's like, yeah.
Just off camera, a black man had tripped and fallen.
Are you hounded by the paparazzi?
A black guy had just gotten sickle cell anemia, so I had a big smile on my face.
Gary said, you know, Gilbert's wife is so pretty. He goes, he saw her the other night. She was at the roast.
Uh-huh.
And he goes, like, you see Gilbert, he's a big mess, and the wife is just gorgeous.
She did. I saw her, too. She looked good. She lost the baby weight.
Yeah.
You know, she looks good.
She wants to look good for her man.
Well, maybe there's another man in her life.
I saw Gilbert before the roast at the press thing, and I said, so I'm sure you got a new hour of stuff on what it's like to have a kid, like new material.
Oh, yes.
Have a baby.
Oh, I love when comics start doing that stuff.
I know, it drives you crazy.
Yeah.
Now, did you have a boy or a girl? What did you have?
A girl.
A girl.
Yes.
Yeah, she'll be hanging out with Shiloh Pitt.
Oh, yes.
Are you starting to now look into, I know she's young. How old is your daughter now?
4 months.
Okay. But don't you have to, because it's New York City, start looking into, like, private schools now so that you can get ready?
That's insane, that stuff. Yeah, I can't. I just ignore it altogether.
Are you enjoying the experience yet?
I don't feel like she needs to know how to read.
Right.
Yeah.
But are you enjoying being a dad at all? Are you doing dad-like things? I mean, are you wheeling the kid around? Are you
changing diapers?
Yeah.
Are you helping out? Yeah.
I've helped, and then I leave the room.
Yeah. You're very selfish, right?
Have you fed the baby? Well, it'll give her something to write a book about.
Do you ever sing to her? You would never do something.
I'll put out an album of lullabies.
No, but I mean, do you ever read to her?
Do you
ever sing to her? Or do you
yes, I daven.
No, but you don't read to her. Will you raise her to be religious? Okay. Would you ever rock the baby to sleep? Seriously.
Well, somebody sent us one of those electric rockers, so you're not going to have to do that.
But do you find, I don't know if you can answer this seriously or not, but I want you to be honest, because a lot of guys who get married find this. After the baby, you're not as sexually active. Like, do you find you and your wife have cut down on sex?
Yeah, no, I jerk off twice as much now.
You do?
Yes.
So you do find that. Okay. All right. I can see I'm going to get a lot of good answers. Gilbert Gottfried, November 1st at Caroline's in Manhattan. Of course, GilbertGottfried.com, all of his dirty jokes. Robin, I'm going to ask that we do a break, and then I'm going to call upon you to tell us what is going on in the world.
Very good.
And Gilbert, please sit tight.
Oh, okay.
All right. We will be back, as they say, in a flash.
I'm very busy, but I'll try to sit through.
If you can.
Yes.
I understand if you have to leave.
There are a lot of pressing engagements.
Yes. I know you'd want to run home and help your wife with the baby. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Gilbert Gottfried, our special guest, November 1st at Caroline's in Manhattan. And you can go to carolines.com if you want tickets. Go to gilbertgottfried.com for the Dirty Jokes CD. DVD, rather. Excuse me. You know, it's funny. Gary found this on the Internet. There's a website you can go to. It's called eScore. It actually tells, they take celebrities and they poll audiences to find out. It's almost like a Q rating, if you've ever heard of that. Find out how popular you are, how likable you are, and all that. So we put Gilbert's name in. So they mention different attributes like, attractive, beautiful, charming. And it's really amazing what they found. Here it is, Gilbert Gottfried. There's your. They even have a picture of you up there. And they put all the statistical stuff. And they even show you who they poll. Like, they have 37% of the people are persons 13 to 17 years old. Adults 18 plus, 64%. So they break it all down for you, who these people are. People with incomes of $50,000 and more, 60%. Incomes of less than $50,000, 62%. Some are college graduates, some are not. It's a very big cross-section of America.
And anyone you could ask.
It's scientific, yes. So it's not like it's any one group.
And, Howard, you should know, this isn't just some website. It's actually a service that our television show pays for.
Right. So you can tell.
It's very legitimate.
All right. So let's see how you did, Gilbert. All right. So attractive. Total people who found you attractive, it says statistically 0%. I kid you not. It says with women, you had a 1%, but statistically, and men, 0%. No one found you attractive.
Not even fags.
No. Then they use the word beautiful to describe Gilbert Gottfried. 0% again. 0% women, 0% men. Charming, 2%.
Boy, you'd think charm would have been my main one.
Creepy, 26% total. 28% of the women said you were creepy. 24% of the men said you were creepy. Out of those people who said you were creepy, it was mostly pretty even between women and men.
So at least I'm getting a little higher rating there.
Glamorous, you got 0%. Handsome, 1%. So there was somebody who found you handsome. Physically fit, 1%.
That's surprising.
Sexy, 0%. But you see, you did well. It says unique, 32%. So
yes.
You see, that's where you did well.
It's so unique that no one would be attracted to me.
Here's the you got a 65% for being kooky and wacky.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. So there you are. People think that. But they do not find you attractive,
yes,
charming, or beautiful.
Or talented.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do find you creepy.
Yes.
Hey, Howard?
How many different ways can they say the same thing? Sexy, glamorous.
Well,
I mean, Jesus.
It's a lot of different words, yeah.
I'm looking at yours.
I bet you I'm not better.
You're not. In fact, you may be worse.
Oh,
and I'm going to tell you because I was just following Gilbert's numbers. So for attractive, Howard...
People don't understand I look better in person.
You were 1% across the board. 1% found you attractive, 1% men, 1% women.
Well, Gilbert got 0.
Yes.
So
All right, for beautiful, 0% across the board.
All right, same as Gilbert.
Okay. Charming, 1% across the board. 1% women, 1% men. But for creepy, you doubled Gilbert's numbers.
Oh, yeah.
You're 46%.
Wow.
He was 23%. 49% of women find you creepy, Howard.
Well, what about the 49% that don't?
Glamorous?
That's what you got to concentrate on.
0% across the board.
Right.
Handsome, 1%. But see, this is where I think that people don't know you. I think they interview people because physically fit, right? I mean, you could say you're creepy, but you're definitely physically fit, right? 1% of people found you physically fit.
Well, the perception is that I'm not physically fit.
Right.
Well, what the fuck do they know?
1% of people found you sexy. And then here's another...
That's good.
1%?
1%.
You know, how many people...
Somebody out there.
That's right. How many people live in America?
But again, this is people who don't know you. What percentage of people would you say found you trustworthy?
0.
2%.
2%, all right.
1% women.
I am honest.
Yeah, no, you're honest.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to think.
Where did I score the highest?
The highest appears to be...
Jewy?
No. Creepy.
No, I've got you beat.
99% found me Jewy.
Yes.
Creepy was your biggest number. Your second biggest number was kooky wacky.
Your
42% of people found you kooky.
I guess we're in the same boat.
For pure kikishness, I got a 95.
95%?
Yes,
here it is, pure kikishness.
And your other big numbers, Howard, were 23% of people found you insincere.
Right.
But 20% of people found you influential.
Type in Bin Laden.
He did better with honesty.
I was going to say, like...
He did better with sexiness.
I mean, that's surprising to me because your numbers couldn't be any worse there. Really.
No, it's very, very bad. It's very bad for me. It's probably just about as bad as it gets.
That's retarded.
Well, at least people have a definite opinion of me. Let's go to Steve Langford, who wants to give us an update of what's going on in the Howard 100 newsroom. Steve, what's on your mind and what have you been covering in the Howard 100 news?
Just some of the stories we're working on in the Howard 100 newsroom. Breaking news. The operators of the broken vending machine that a very hungry Artie Lang growled at earlier today Telling Howard 100 News reporter Lisa G. they have decided to present Artie Lang with a key to the vending machine.
Wow.
Oh. Well, that's like a key to the city or something.
I mean, but that's like giving a heroin addict control of Afghanistan. I mean, what are you kidding me? He's not. Is he going to have to pay for his food, or are they just going to give him the key? And he's going to abuse it.
That's free then.
That's crazy.
It's unclear at that point in terms of paying or not. But Artie can actually open the vending machine and get his paws on the snacks, whether or not the vending machine is actually working properly.
Wow. Good for you,
I don't know
Artie.
if this is a good thing.
No, listen, people trying to help him.
Give me a key and I can sell the candy to Artie.
See, that's a Jew.
That's cockiness, for sure. All right, Steve, anything else?
I'm defending my title.
Also today, Howard 100 News honored to get mentioned in a new book about revolutionary changes sweeping the news media today. Renowned media reporter Howard Kurtz, in his latest book called Reality Show, Inside the Last Great Television News War, writing that among the myriad choices people enjoy today, Howard 100 News on Howard Stern's new Sirius radio channel.
Really?
We take that as an endorsement and say thank you to Howard Kurtz.
Congratulations to the news department.
Yes.
I know Mr. Kurtz is a very respected journalist and certainly an analyzer of journalism. And for you people to place very high up in his book, it's a supreme honor. Congratulations to the Howard 100 News.
Sweet.
And what else?
Also today, Double A's DUI drama. Double A pleading guilty, avoiding jail time, but reportedly slapped with a $500 fine.
What is wrong with him?
50
Driving.
hours of community service and likely revocation of his driver's license for 3 to 6 months.
Do you drive at all, Gilbert? Did you ever get a license?
No.
Do you think that's unusual? Seriously?
Yes, it's retarded.
I mean, did you want the freedom to drive and go places? Or why do you think you never learned?
One arm hanging out over the side
No, but I
of
mean,
the door.
why do you think you never learned? I mean, it's in a way, it keeps you very infantile. You can't drive around. Does your wife do all the driving in the family?
Yes.
Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Why don't you take some driving lessons?
I should.
Yeah, you won't do it.
That'll be a whole separate show we could do. Yes.
I'd watch that.
Me taking a driving lessons.
Are you uncoordinated? Is that the problem? Why did you never learn, honestly?
Do you feel silly having your wife drive you everywhere?
No. Sometimes I walk.
I would guess what happened is you were a high school dropout. And perhaps you never got driver's ed. Is that what happened?
Yeah, I'm stupid on all counts.
All right. Did you ever try to learn? Did you ever take a class? Did you ever?
Not really. I've had people try to teach me stuff, and other people have jumped out of the car while I was trying.
Sad. What else? Anything else, Steve?
Also, Comedy Central's cartoon series Drawn Together, giving a literal shout-out to The Stern Show and the very roots of this show's most celebrated slogan, in a spoof showing cartoon characters in a live breaking news situation. Baba Louie jumping up and down in front of the news camera yelling, Baba Booey, Baba Booey, Baba Booey.
Nice. Great. Wonderful, yes.
Also, Jackie's Joke Hunt, tonight, 7 Eastern, Howard 101, and at midnight, smooth-talking spaceman Riley Martin. If you see Stern News, we want to know about it. Call the Howard 100 News tip line 877-33-SIRIUS, choose channel 100, or email us at howard100news@sirius-radio.com.
That's right. Smooth-talking newsman to smooth-talking wrap-up show host. Thank you, Steve. Let's go to John Hine, 11 o'clock. Today, he'll have the wrap-up show. What are you going to be discussing over there, Johnny?
Well, Howard, you had to remind Beth that you're no mind reader, and Robin and Artie reminded you that watching Tell Me You Love Me and taking a bath means that she wants sex.
Right.
We'll discuss how everybody reacted to your predicament, if there's anything you could have done differently, plus if anybody here feels comfortable with their ladies having friends who are the opposite sex.
Right.
Plus, Michael Douglas wasn't wild about Gary Garver interviewing him, his dad, or anyone else at his charity event. We'll discuss the different reactions Gary Garver always gets, how Michael Douglas tried to get his dad out of harm's way, and if there's a line that Gary won't cross in some of the more memorable interviews that he's done.
Thank you.
Plus, Gary Dell'Abate spoke to Ellen DeGeneres' publicist to let us know that Ellen really does care about dogs, but Howard wants to talk directly to Ellen herself about the real problem that she has.
Must be something wrong with her. You've been following this controversy?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, she might have done this a bunch of times with these dogs. Why, she doesn't know she doesn't like dogs? She can't figure it out.
Yeah, it's like, she didn't realize that she couldn't keep the dog there.
No, she's done this multiple times. I mean, there's obviously an emotional problem there.
And then also, how much research did this company do before giving her the dog?
Well,
they just said she's Ellen.
Yeah, she's Ellen.
Her,
Sure, they think this. Well, if I was a nice home, she's a wealthy woman, she probably, at the very least, she could get some help with the dog, but she can't handle it, and she doesn't know it, right? I mean, what is there to discuss? Go ahead, John.
Well, we're going to debate if Ellen would actually come on the show to talk about this.
She would never come on, but she should. She should come on. I would straighten her out.
Oh, she knows she can't stand up to the scrutiny.
I would just ask her a few questions and get the straight answers from her.
It's like you said before. She won't go anywhere where they're going to question her or argue with her about it.
That's right.
It's like they're going to bow down to her now.
Exactly. Thank you, Gilbert.
Yeah, she's a lesbian Oprah, unless Oprah is too.
Who knows?
Yes.
Plus, the guy who got struck by lightning twice, including once in his ass, the broken vending machine, is Eric the Midget getting played, how Gilbert always customizes his jokes, and everything else that happened on today's show we'll cover on the wrap-up show.
Very good. Thank you, John Hein. We look forward to that. It's always a great show, always a lot of controversy on the wrap-up show every day with John Hein at 11 o'clock. Jennifer, you're on the air in New York City. Go ahead, Jennifer.
Hey, Howard. I just wanted to let you know that I was at that Cynics conference where Gilbert was thrown off the stage.
What was it like? So there you were. I guess you work for the company Cynics?
Well, I do business with them.
Right.
I buy from them, so they invite me down every year.
Were you surprised when you saw Gilbert Gottfried was booked as the corporate entertainment?
Absolutely. As a long-time Howard Stern listener, I think he's hysterical on your show. But stand-up, I didn't think he would be so good.
Really?
Is that right?
So Gilbert came out, and and Cynics, I guess, is a very conservative company.
I don't know if it's so conservative. I mean, maybe there's a few in there that are conservative.
Mm-hmm.
You're down in Greenville, South Carolina.
Right.
So you got people from all over the United States. But I have to say, Gilbert looked like he was on something. He looked like he was stoned. His eyes were a little glassy. I mean, I was only 3 tables back.
What was it like when you saw Gilbert getting dragged off the stage by a man? And
I really felt bad for him. That was the wrong thing to do.
Were you embarrassed for him?
Embarrassed? Yeah, I was embarrassed.
How do you think his family felt?
Listen, he had all kinds of jokes about gays, about Jews, about Christ. Listen, I meet 2 out of the 3 requirements, and I was not offended at all.
Right.
And I think that he was just not funny, and they just ran right up there and said, Gilbert, you're done. Get off the stage.
I mean, I've seen Gilbert.
Looked at him dumbfounded.
I've seen Gilbert on stage. He kills. I don't understand. Maybe it was the environment.
How could he have not been funny?
Impossible.
He really wasn't that funny.
Well, you realize stand-up is his career, right?
I know that, but I think he may have been good, in his younger days.
Oh.
On your show, he's one of the best guests you have on your show. I've been listening since '84, so
he's terrific.
Hysterical, but stand-up, he'd have
that's how he makes his living.
His routine.
All right, thank you, Jennifer. She's confounded that this is how you make your living.
Howard, listen, I saw you at a party once. You were very funny, but radio is just not your thing.
No. All right, let's go to Robin Quivers, who has all the news. Robin, come on. So sexy, my Robin's a bit of a comedian groupie. Comedian groupie. Yeah.
So I hear. I heard that.
Yeah, you know Jim Florentine?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a comic. You probably work with him. She's dating him, believe it or not.
So she actually went all the way.
Not yet.
No?
No, I don't think so. But
no,
he did.
Still a virgin.
He made out with her.
See, Gilbert, all these years, you should have just made your move.
Yeah.
Oh, Robin would have never gone out with Gilbert. I wouldn't stand for it.
You wouldn't allow it.
I would not. You'd be out of your mind. What is in the news?
Huge tight vagina.
I know you're and I am upset about California burning, but it is interesting when famous people's houses are in jeopardy.
Right.
Oh, it's fantastic.
I I get a kick out of reading the story now. If it was just regular people, I wouldn't be nearly so interested.
I feel it's a lot of, regular people and famous people. These fires are burning down their homes. I don't know how you would...
regular people too, but, you look in the paper, there's Matthew McConaughey and his beautiful girlfriend rowing away from...
That guy always has to
get that every day.
Imagine the guy's house is burning down, and he has to get out there with no shirt on.
Oh, of course.
And row around in the ocean.
Get his picture taken.
All he has to do is go to a hotel. No, he really likes to. I don't know what this guy's career is. It must be getting his picture taken with his shirt off.
They say he's psycho with taking his shirt off.
Yeah, it's unbelievable.
Well, and these are not these retouched pictures you see in the magazines. He's a little flabby around the middle.
Really?
Yes.
I don't believe that.
These are very encouraging pictures.
You talking about Matthew McConaughey or Gilbert?
Maybe I was looking at
I won't take my shirt off in the shower.
I feel since you've had a kid, you've put on a couple of pounds. Have you? Or am I mistaken?
So what, you saying I'm less physically fit?
Yeah, I didn't think it was possible.
Gilbert's carrying the baby weight.
Right.
I'm losing my body.
Are you glad you got married? Are you liking marriage?
Yeah, well, it changes you as a person.
Is that right, Jerry?
Between stand-up and marriage, it changes your entire life.
Yeah, for the better, I would imagine.
Oh, absolutely.
You love women and you love stand-up.
Absolutely.
Is your wife doing a cookbook?
Is his wife doing a cookbook?
She's got a cookbook out.
Oh, God.
That Oprah promoted, and now it's
Oh, that's right. That's right. Wait, yes, they plugged that on the show.
That's right.
And she just happened to be in the audience, and Oprah just happens to say that she used all the recipes in the cookbook.
Absolutely. Everyone is using my words. Anything else, Robin?
Well, I just wanted to tell you what's going on in California. They've had over 250,000 people have to leave their homes in San Diego County.
I did a whole act about it. Because that's how much I love stand-up.
You could even make fires funny, huh?
Yes.
Right.
I smell a movie.
Attribute at least one death to these fires and 4 injured firefighters so far. Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger has declared a state of emergency because of everything that's going on out there. But, you get things like firefighters are seen spraying the home of Jeffrey Katzenberg. They got to save all these very wealthy people's homes. And, they were dumping water on Courtney Cox's house. It's been...
But her house wasn't even on fire.
No, they just decided
they were trying to clean it.
Trying to drown David Arquette.
A Malibu house next door to Sting and actor Larry Hagman has already been lost. So,
wow.
Right between them is a house that's gone. Actress Suzanne Summers, who already lost a house to fires.
I agree with that. Larry Hagman on his 8th liver. He died from a fire.
Susan Summers already lost a house to fire. She had to flee her temporary home.
Wow. Every house, she's like a incubus. She attracts fire.
Yeah. So, also, Mel Gibson, Kelsey Grammer, and Victoria Principal were all forced to abandon their
rubbing her
homes.
thighs together too hard. Making a fire.
None of which have been damaged by last night, but, it's still dangerous out there. It's really touch and go. So, there you go. The California wildfires wreaking havoc, and they say they need a change in the weather in order to calm everything down.
Gilbert, you want some free bread? What else, Robin?
You mentioned the article or the picture of Imus in the paper today, and he definitely did something to his face. That face looks a lot smoother.
Yeah, I think he had a facelift. I think that's his new look for his new job. I'm back here on the radio with a new face and a whole new attitude. I like black people now, too.
I have a secret.
What's your secret, Imus?
Nigger stem cells.
Oh, my goodness.
You know why? Because those people don't look old, even when they're old. They say black don't crack.
Well, the other thing that caught my eye in this article, his wife was having some kind of a charitable auction, and he refused to speak. He just held up his little paddle or something whenever he wanted to bid.
Right. Yeah, he's such a man.
Of course, he had to make a donation to her charity because it's his wife.
You notice he only gave $1,000.
Right, but he did spend $2,500 for tickets to Hannah Montana. So
good for him.
I did an episode of Hannah Montana recently. Yes.
Boy, Gilbert, your career's on fire.
I had the worst thought about him. I thought, like, okay, he obviously did something to his face to look younger.
Uh-huh.
And then I was thinking at that cancer ranch where he has those 9-year-old kids, maybe he sewed on the face of a 9-year-old cancer.
9-year-old kid.
Hey, Tommy, come over here.
Is that possible that he took a 9-year-old's face?
Sit still.
Sit still, I told you, motherfucker.
Oprah thought she was doing a good thing by opening this $40 million school and is causing nothing but problems. Now she's had to rush over to South Africa a couple of times because apparently at least one of the teachers may be brutalizing the students and sexually molesting them.
Also, wow.
I'm glad she got involved with that.
Also, you know, I heard her doctor needs a couch.
Well, you know, the whole thing is Oprah said to the parents, trust me with your children. And now they're being...
I've said that a few times, too.
Oprah's never even there. It's not a question of trusting her.
Right. Well, she was, you'd think she was overseeing the staff.
In all fairness, Oprah said, search me right for trying to help a bunch of niggers.
Oh, come on. That's out of line.
I'm just quoting Oprah.
That's out of line. I know you're trying to be funny, but I don't agree with that.
I don't. This is going to be like one of the benefits now.
Yeah, we're going to have to usher you out of here.
Drag him out of here. By the way, this just in, Gilbert's creepy level has jumped 16 points.
He's now ahead of you as a creep. Okay.
Fred cracked open the N-word door with his Imus impression, and Gilbert's trolling through.
He used it as Imus in character because he's a racist, but you just used it.
Yes. And I applaud it.
Imus, you enjoyed Gilbert's show?
I applaud it. I think we can break the nigger 500 quota by the end of the show.
Oh, my God.
Get to it, Gilbert.
So Imus, you approve of the N-word?
Yeah.
You're not going to change. Jesse Jackson has said, Reverend Al Sharpton has said.
The word has been buried.
Yeah.
Well, it's time to resurrect it.
They had the nigger funeral.
The funeral for the word nigger.
There's nothing I like better than a nigger's funeral.
Come on. What are you doing? I know you're trying to be funny, but you're not.
So try a little harder.
Honest to God, seriously. Calm down, all right? I'm asking you. I'm begging you.
You know, I'm writing a song about that. I'm bringing nigger back.
Imus, you shouldn't be on the air, and neither should Gilbert.
From now on, you should say there's nothing you like better than a black person's funeral.
There's nothing I like better than...
Don't let him snow you, Gilbert. It got me a job back on WABC.
Now, I know what you're saying, guys. You're making fun of...
Yeah, that's it.
All right. Robin, what else? I want to change the topic.
Some kind of social comment that's being made here.
Right.
Oprah has had to fly over to South Africa twice in 10 days.
Africa?
No, please.
You know what?
Hey, Gilbert, guess what's over in Africa?
Hey, Imus, enough.
I'm just going to say niggers.
Gilbert,
okay.
Enough. All right, thank you. I understand what you're doing, but
to her beloved $40 million dream school for underprivileged girls, it has been rocked by shocking accusations of physical and possibly sexual abuse of students.
Sexual abuse of students at Oprah's school. Now,
I mean, that's shameful.
That is shameful.
Well, hold that mackin'.
All the teachers said, we have to stare at Oprah all day. We need something else to get our hands on.
Why? She had to cancel going to a benefit or some award ceremony for Julia Roberts.
Eyes being sexually deluged.
Because she had to get over there and see what was going on. Nothing is more serious or devastating to me.
You are a student over there at the school?
Well, yes, I am.
Right.
Well,
I was a girl in the Oprah school.
You don't sound like a girl.
Very feminine.
And I was being sexually deluged.
Well, I thought Oprah said she was going to protect you.
She's supposed to protect me by rolling over the guy who was sexually deluging me.
Is that because Oprah's the size of a couch?
Yeah, she's the entire planet, that Oprah.
Actually, it was a woman.
She blocked out the sun.
Wouldn't it be great if they renamed Earth Oprah? That would be amazing. That would be the biggest compliment.
And the moon would be Harpo.
Oprah says nothing is more serious or devastating to her than allegations of misconduct by an adult against any girl at
Oprah said nothing's more serious than Gilbert Gottfried's stand-up career.
Well, I'm glad Oprah's looking into it.
Oprah was alerted that a female school staffer allegedly grabbed a student by the throat and threw her against the wall, and at the same
I was
dorm-
being strangulated.
While that's wrong, Oprah admitted the kid's SAT scores went up 250 points.
And at the same dorm matron screamed at the assaulted wards. The unidentified woman also allegedly fondled at least
Well,
one
if the
of
girl was
girls.
white, you wouldn't have to strangle her to get her.
Look for
What are you
Gilbert.
doing?
Oh, my God. I
What are
can't
you
believe
saying?
it.
Look for Gilbert as the goose that laid the golden egg.
Yeah, in a Disney production.
Oh, my goodness. Winfrey has hired a U.S. team of private investigators led by a 30-year investigator of child exploitation at Chicago's Cook County Sheriff's Office to work with South African police to figure this whole thing out.
All right. Thank you.
There.
Yum, yum, eat them up.
What else you got?
Preppy killer.
Any white stories?
Yes, this is a white story.
Good. Let's get
Preppy
on
killer
whitey.
Robert Chambers in the news again.
Honky.
They say he was dealing drugs out of his apartment.
What a dope.
What a dodo. Do you know they said he had enough coke in this apartment to, like, levitate a football field? Right? Didn't they say that, the cops?
They say that, you know, like, to have 68 grams of coke is an A1 felony.
Holy
and
shit.
undercover cops made 2 of those buys at his apartment.
I'll tell you, that guy, what a dark motherfucker.
Yeah, he really is. He, if you remember, was the preppy killer who strangled Jennifer Levin to death.
In the park during rough sex,
rough
supposedly.
sex. Gilbert, you've never had rough sex.
No, I never had sex.
It's always rough for the girl.
Wasn't there a priest who was defending him at the time?
I don't remember the story. But that sounds familiar.
Yeah.
He came from a strict Catholic school background, too, right?
This could ruin his reputation altogether.
It's true. This might overshadow his preppy killerness.
Yes.
They say it could land him in prison for the rest of his life.
We had a heroin bust a couple of years ago.
He might not even be able to get work.
And remember, while he was serving time, he kept getting busted in prison for having drugs.
Right. So I heard on the news he might have taken his last breath of free air.
Yeah. So there you go.
They should send him to Oprah school.
They'll get those kids straight.
Maybe somebody, he needs a good strangling. I might straighten him out.
Right.
Today's lesson is from the preppy killer.
I thought that, you know what, when Larry David got divorced, or, you know, his marriage broke up, I wondered what would happen on Curb Your Enthusiasm, his show.
I think all of the world is wondering.
Yes. I can't sleep nights.
Well, I think it's very bold. His girl, the woman who plays his wife on the show, walked out on him last week. So there is going to be some marital discord in the Curb Your Enthusiasm marriage. So I guess his life does imitate that TV show.
Not since Who Shot J.R. as the countryman.
Riveted. I find this interesting.
I like the show, but it's not an enormous hit at this point.
No.
It's not any kind of an enormous hit.
What else is in
I
the
love
news?
Larry David, and I just wondered what he was going to do. There's some new report out that was conducted by NASA that they won't release the results of, because if we saw it, we'd probably never take a plane again.
You're kidding. What does it say?
Well, they're saying
Oprah writes
that they surveyed a bunch of airline pilots, like 24,000 commercial and general aviation pilots over 4 years, and they have discovered that problems such as near collisions and runway interference occur far more frequently than the government previously recognized.
Oh, you're kidding me. Come on.
So they won't release the data because they don't want us to see how bad things are. That's what they're saying.
I'm beside myself.
Well, you don't even fly.
Oh, no, I'm flying. I got a couple of trips coming up.
Really? Oh,
Yes,
I wouldn't
do.
have read this to you. I would have kept the news from you, too.
Between this and Larry David's marriage, I don't know which is more serious.
Looks like I'm going to a local fat camp.
Right around the block.
And they're not the best ones. The Jersey City fat camps are not.
All right, let me take a break, and when we come back, Robin will wrap up. And Gilbert, of course, we celebrate your appearance at Caroline's November 1st. Everyone is talking about it, figuring out how to get tickets at carolines.com.
Especially that woman who just called.
And Gilbert Gottfried's Dirty Jokes. Go to gilbertgottfried.com.
I think blacks are lining up, too.
We'll be back right after these words. Yes, I love it. I love being here, and I love being with you. And Gilbert Gottfried will be at Caroline's in Manhattan November 1st. And go to carolines.com to get tickets. And DVDs galore at gilbertgottfried.com, the Dirty Jokes DVD. Robin, go ahead. I know you want to wrap up. I know you have a big day ahead of you with enemas.
One thing to think about, Howard. Yes. Married couples often pack on the pounds, especially right after the wedding.
I've seen it in Gilbert. He used to be a thin guy. He used to care about what the ladies thought. Now... he's let his whole sex appeal go.
Yeah,
no, you definitely gained weight.
You see how I dropped in the ratings there.
Do you ever go on the scale and weigh yourself? Or
No.
It's too depressing, right?
Yes.
You don't have man boobs, do you? I hope not. Do you ever work out? You have a bench press or do...
Have you seen
can't you tell?
Have you been to a gym?
I run every morning.
You never do a push-up? Nothing?
Yes.
Have you ever done a push-up? Could you do one push-up?
I can't do one push-up now.
Wow. No. Wow. Amazing. You're so out of touch with your body. I don't blame you. All right, Robin, what else?
They say that single young adults tend to be the most active, watch the least amount of TV, and are the least likely to be obese. But once you hook up, the pounds go on, and they go on even more if you're married.
All right.
Another study says that... older men who shack up with much younger women are actually the answer to longevity.
I believe that.
Who do they use as an example of this? They always put Billy Joel's picture in there.
Well, look how good he looks.
I know when he was growing up, he didn't think he'd be that guy who was the example of something.
Well, look, I would imagine being around younger women is very, very exciting to a man.
When men mate with women who are 8 or more years younger, it increases the lifespan of both sexes over time.
Is your wife much younger than you, Gilbert?
She's 19.
She's 19,
yes.
That's what I thought, yeah.
I'm amazed they didn't mention Larry King. I thought you were going to go for that.
Well, he doesn't fit the example of looking good.
Oh.
He would scare people off.
Right.
Men who have children at a late age help to make natural selection work to protect human survival because they are passing on more genes. It's just the way we've evolved as humans.
So Gilbert is contributing to the genetic pool.
Yeah, old men making babies.
See, it's very important.
Right.
May bolster human longevity in the long term.
It's obviously not my stand-up that's important. It's my passing genes.
And they say just coupling up in general, because being close to someone makes your immune system very alike. So there you go. The old man starts to match the younger woman.
Are you making money investments in order to secure your child's future and your wife and to make sure if anything should happen to you, Gilbert? You are an older man than your wife.
Yes.
She's
Are
19.
you all insured and everything?
I'm getting more and more mail that's like, do you want to leave your family with the cost of your funeral?
I would imagine someone like you doesn't care.
Yeah, I know.
So eventually, Robin, what you're saying, the human race will turn into very old men and very young women.
Well, no, I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying people will live longer.
I see.
And men who choose to couple up with a younger woman may be the best of all at
right.
beating that game.
Sounds important.
So there you go, on the right track. Did you hear about the stripper who wanted to fashion herself after a movie? She loved that movie, The Last Seduction, in which Linda Fiorentino, or whatever her name is, plays a woman who, seduces a man into killing her husband so she can get all of his insurance money.
Yes.
Well, Michelle Linehan has been charged with conspiring with a man she hoped to marry to kill Kent LePink, who was shot 3 times in 1996. On an isolated trail 90 minutes outside of Anchorage. Linehan had no visible reaction as the verdict was read. She was just found guilty. She's a stripper-turned-soccer mom accused of the harrowing plot of killing her fiancé for money She was convicted yesterday for first-degree murder.
Thank you.
All right, Mike, you're on the air.
Hello. Howard, sorry about that, Howard. I had the radio on. Hey, now.
Hey, now.
About a year or so ago, you played a bit that Sal and Richard did. It was called, I think it was called the Black Haunted House. You said it was racist, and you played about less than 25 seconds ago. I didn't think it was racist from what I heard. I thought it was just some of the same humor that we get on the radio show. Is there any way that you could probably play that for me? We could listen to it together.
I don't remember the bit, but if I banned it, did I ban the bit?
You banned it,
I
Howard.
banned it.
No, who said? Oh, well, not on the radio.
I felt it was too racist.
You didn't ban it, but you said you thought it was racist, and we could play it once. If you want, it's on Gary Pugh.
Let me hear it.
Upper right-hand corner of Brown.
What is this bit?
This Halloween, if
that
you're black and you love to be scared, do we have the place for you? It's the Black People House of Horror. As you enter the House of Horrors, you walk into a dark room. As the light comes on, it reveals a job application.
Yeah, I thought it was in poor taste. I didn't think it was particularly funny. Took a long time to get to. That's why I rejected it.
Well, it's an old joke.
Yeah, I mean, we all heard that joke.
What you know?
And I found it too racist.
Even Gilbert, who was a racist himself, finds it racist. All right, Robin, anything else in the news?
Yes. Smokers are like irrational animals.
Shut the fuck up.
Look at you animal. No.
You animal, you baby gorilla.
Oh, my goodness.
These are the words of a Malaysian hardline Islamic.
A Malaysian? She's not even a person. Why don't they ask a human being?
Smokers are like animals that do not think rationally.
I'll give them something to smoke.
Smokers do not use their brains because they continue to let themselves be addicted to the habit despite knowing it was bad for their health,
right?
According to this authority.
Yeah, all those moron smokers in history like Mr. F. Scott Fitzgerald, Mr. Churchill, Winston Churchill, Mr. Keith Richards.
Great people.
All smokers?
Geniuses.
Anything else, Robin?
Goddamn motherfucking Dennis Leary.
The woman who was accused of killing a woman and then trying to remove the unborn child.
Mm-hmm.
She was just convicted of that crime. Bobby Joe Stinnett was killed by Victoria
Schmelechtenstein.
And she's currently dating Robert Chambers.
No, she was killed by Lisa Montgomery.
Okay.
And Victoria above was cut out of her. The baby lived. This woman they just finished the trial, and she was convicted. They're hoping to be able to give her the death penalty. I guess there's another phase of that trial that has to go on.
All right, Robin.
That always amazed me. How bad a crime do you have to commit to get the death penalty?
Cut a baby out of a woman, you'll get the death penalty.
It almost depends on where you are.
Like, what are they discussing here?
Anything else, Robin?
If you're in Texas, you get a hangnail. They got the death penalty. Other places, it's very, very hard. Let me see. What else do I want to get to today? We talked about, what's her name? Marie Osmond. She is okay after fainting on Dancing with the Stars last night.
Oh,
who knows?
Oh, my God. Is she okay? and her facelift looks wonderful, by the way.
Here's Marie apologizing once again. No, this is Tom Bergeron, I'm sorry, talking about how Marie passed out. Number 5.
She passed out. She fainted, as you saw. And the first words out of her mouth when she saw us all leaning over her were, "Oh, crap."
At least she said crap. All of Branson, Missouri got nervous.
Here's Tom Bergeron saying that she's a real trooper.
She is a trooper indeed, and she's backstage with Jonathan.
She's a fat celebrity who shouldn't be dancing. That's what she is.
And finally, here's Judge Bruno Tonioli discussing one of the dancers last night.
That was full of excitement, lively pleasure for me, the best samba of the night.
All right.
Somebody's samba was really good.
He was talking about Scary Spice.
Mel B.
That's right.
All right.
You know
Osama bin Laden put out a new tape yesterday. They know he's alive. See, this really pisses me off.
I thought it was easy to dance to.
But this one really pisses me off because he's specifically addressing the people of Iraq, which means he is alive and well and thinking about what's going on and trying to exhort people to continue to make war on us. And we haven't caught him.
And he's pissed that a lot of kids are illegally downloading the record.
I'm just glad he doesn't release a tape and go, Howard Stern's my hero.
Yes, well, this time he's telling the Iraqi people to stop their civil war, to unite, and
get my dirty joke DVD also.
There you go. Eject the infidels.
I threw in the ocean and I said, you're fucked now.
A midget goes to a hooker.
I said, Gilbert is good on the show, but horrible stand-up.
Yeah. I don't get it.
President Bush...
If he was in Afghanistan, I'd pull him out of the country.
What else?
President Bush presented a posthumous honor to a Navy SEAL who was killed in combat in Afghanistan yesterday. Lieutenant Michael Murphy was honored with the Medal of Honor for Extraordinary Heroism in 2005. Here's the president.
This brave officer gave his life in defense of his fellow Navy SEALs. 2 years later, the story of his sacrifice humbles and inspires all who hear it. And by presenting Michael Murphy's family with the Medal of Honor that he earned, a grateful nation remembers the courage of this proud Navy SEAL.
After the family was presented with the honor, Murphy's dad, Dan, called himself extremely proud and sad. Number 11.
Michael was a extremely focused, intense young man, just a all-around American boy, I think would be the best way to discuss him.
In other words, he was the opposite of Gilbert.
We hired Gilbert for a private Al-Qaeda party.
Well, I'll tell you what.
It was awful.
I know terrorists who are funnier than Gilbert at stand-up.
Makes me so sad to see another guy losing his life to this war. I mean, I just question what the hell we're doing over there. And,
Well, at least this guy was fighting in Afghanistan.
He was fighting in, that's right.
War.
He was in Afghanistan,
but
that's right.
But you do forget the toll that all of this is taking.
All right, Robin.
The search for the next manager of the Yankees is officially underway. Are you used to yet not hearing the voice of George Steinbrenner, but hearing a younger Steinbrenner named Hank be the mouthpiece for the Yankees? Here is Hank Steinbrenner talking about...
Hello, I'm Hank Steinbrenner.
You sound very different, Mr. Steinbrenner.
I love showering with the other players.
You shower with the players?
Oh, my goodness, yes.
That'd be a great interview. And you want to pay them a lot of money, don't you?
Oh, my goodness. I polish their bats.
Hank was talking about Joe Girardi. He met extensively.
I love Joe Girardi.
with Yankee officials on Monday. And
handling a pitching.
Here he is.
Okay.
And so forth. Having been a catcher and been a smart catcher. I mean, he was what? Wasn't he manager of the year last year? His first year ever. Let's see how many guys have done that.
I'm a catcher myself.
I guess in reality he sounds very different than the impression.
Oh, yes.
Anything else from...
Girardi managed the Florida Marlins in 2006 and was named the National League Manager of the Year, so that's who the Yankees seem to be looking at. These are initial talks, however.
Were you into baseball when you were a young Steinbrenner growing up?
Oh my goodness, was I ever. I love the way the outfits look when they're real sweaty. I like to be their ball boy.
You never played yourself, you just enjoyed watching the players.
No, but I play with the players.
Do you like A-Rod?
I like many rods.
I like A-Rod, B-Rod.
Yeah.
Who would have thought that in 1974, when you were developing your Paul Lynde impression, that it would be relevant now? All right, let's...
No, it is relevant, because today is the 30th anniversary of Paul Lynde's death.
Is that right? Did you know that, Pauline?
Oh, my goodness, I'm dead.
All right, Robin, is that what's happening?
What'll I wear?
One more thing. There is a campaign afoot to help Britney Spears. People are saying, some of Britney's former friends and employees are saying we should boycott Britney products right now, and especially her new album and the single. We should also be writing to her record company that they should get her help. This is called the Be Proactive to Help movement to get Britney some help.
Maybe they should,
according to them, a broken woman.
Maybe they should mind their own business. What is that?
They are saying she's very broken, and the only people around her now are these business people who continue to exploit her every move.
All right, Robin, thank you. And I assume that's what's happening?
That's what's happening.
All right, Gilbert Gottfried, thank you.
I'll be on that movement. I'm going to go out and write some signs and protest.
Yeah, I'm going to have you locked up. All right, Gilbert, thank you. I admire the fact that you don't pressure Britney Spears. And I admire your stand-up very much. Gilbert Gottfried, November 1st at Caroline's in Manhattan. You're a unique new voice in comedy. Yes. And for tickets, go to carolines.com.
A bright young man, a bright young talent.
You're a bright star. And also, to purchase Gilbert Gottfried's Dirty Jokes, go to gilbertgottfried.com. We all rush there in admiration of your new DVD. That's enough. I just looked at the time. It's time for the wrap-up show. Thank you, Gilbert.